I've raised my siblings since I was 10. Now my parents are furious I won't drop out of college to care for their surprise baby. My hands were shaking as I declined my mother's call for the fourth time today. On my dorm room wall, here's a calendar with a red circle around next week's final exams, the ones that will determine if I keep my scholarship. My phone buzzes again with a text. Your father says if you don't come home this weekend, don't bother coming for Christmas. I am 19. For the past 9 years, I've been the unpaid nanny, tutor, cook, and emotional support for my 3 younger siblings. My parents didn't tell me they were expecting their 5th child until I was already moved into my dorm room, the first space that's ever been truly mine. It started when I was 10 and my mother had my brother Ethan, just rock him while I shower, became, can you feed him while I nap? Which eventually became, you know how to get him to sleep better than I do. By the time the twins came 2 years later, I was the one getting up for midnight feedings despite having school the next day. My childhood disappeared in a blur of permission slips I forged because my parents were too busy. Dinner I learned to cook because mom was too tired, and homework I helped with because dad had to work late. I became so good at parenting that my siblings call me Mom, Katie, as a joke that stopped being funny years ago when I was accepted to college with a full academic scholarship, the result of studying after my siblings were asleep. My parents seemed surprised. But who will watch the kids? My mother asked as if my acceptance letter was an unexpected inconvenience rather than the culmination of years of exhausting work. I left anyway. For 3 glorious months I've experienced what normal teenagers feel. Study sessions with friends, movie nights, classes I chose myself, and sleep, beautiful, uninterrupted sleep without a child climbing into my bed because of nightmares. 2 weeks ago, my mother called with news that made my stomach drop. We're pregnant, virulent, wonderful. The doctor says it's a girl. Before I could process this, she continued. We've been thinking, since you already know how to handle everything, it makes sense for you to take a semester off. You can go back to school when the baby's older. When I refused, my father got on the phone. After everything we've done for you, this is how you repay us. Who do you think paid for the food you ate all these years? I did, I replied, my voice surprisingly steady. With my childhood. That's when I suggested adoption, that if they weren't prepared to actually parent this child themselves, they should consider placing her with a family who would. You'd think I had suggested selling the baby on the black market from their reaction yesterday. My 16-year-old sister called in tears. They're turning my room into a nursery, she said. Mom says I can share with the twins since you are not here to help anymore. I spent 3 hours researching family services in our area, then sent my parents a carefully worded email with resources for affordable childcare, parenting classes, and family counseling. I ended it with, I love you, but I won't sacrifice my future for a decision I didn't make. This baby deserves better than to be raised by her sister instead of her parents. Their response was a family photo with me cropped out sent to the entire extended family with the caption, please pray for Katie who has abandoned her family in our time of need. Tonight, my aunt, my mother's sister, called unexpectedly. I saw that ridiculous photo, she said. Listen, I've watched this happen to you since you were a child. Don't go home, don't give in, I'll handle Christmas for your siblings. For the first time, I felt like someone saw me, really saw what had been happening all these years. I have my statistics final on Tuesday. My parents have approximately 26 weeks to figure out how to be actual parents. I hope for my new sister's sake that they learn faster than I had to. Some debts can never be repaid, especially those we never agreed to owe in the first place.